Today we shall be talking on nature of matter. The objective of this course include definition of matter, list and explain briefly the three states of matter, then lastly with the properties of matter. What is matter? Matter is anything that has mass and occupies a space. Examples of matter include table, chair, book, plant, animal, the food we eat and drink, air, and even human is not an exemption. Matter is made up of particles such as atoms, molecules, and ions. What are the states of matter? Matter can exist in three physical states. They are solid, liquid, and gas. Those are the states in which matter exists. Matter exists in the solid state, in the liquid state, and in the gaseous state. A solid has a definite shape and volume. A liquid has a definite volume but not definite shape. But a liquid can take the shape of the container in which it is occupying. A gas has neither definite shape nor volume, but in whatever container a gas is, it fills the entire container. Matter can change from one state to another. That is, a matter can change from solid to liquid or from liquid to gas. Even there are some matter that can change directly from solid to gas, even without passing through the liquid state. Matter can change from one state to another. The most common example of a substance undergoing a change of state is water. Generally, a given substance changes its state when it is heated or cooled. As you can see from the diagram, we have solid, liquid, and gas. And from solid, we can move to liquid, and that is when we undergo melting, when it undergoes melting, and liquid to gas, when it vaporizes from liquid, when heat is supplied, then the liquid turns to gaseous state. The state of matter is based on the amount of energy in the substance. Like ice, which is solid, requires little energy. Our liquid, which is water, requires moderate energy, while our gas requires a lot of energy. So out of the three states of matter, the gas will require more energy, while the ice will require the least energy. Let us now look at the properties of matter. Substance can be classified by the characteristics they possess. Physical properties. These are the properties associated with physical changes. Common physical properties are color, odor, taste, boiling point, melting point, density, hardness, crystalline form, as well as malleability. That is to say, physical properties are those properties that are associated with matter in their physical state. Chemical properties. These are properties involved when matter undergoes a change to form new substance. So when chemical properties is taking place, matter will undergo a change to form new substances. Physical and chemical changes. Physical change. A physical change is one which is easily reversible and in which no new substance is formed. The dissolution of salt in water is a physical change because no new substances are formed and the salt can easily be recovered from the solution. So when salt dissolves in water, our salt could be gotten back after it is heated. We can get it back after it is heated. That is to say, the whole procedure can be reversed to form the reactant. So the product can be reversed to form the reactant, much as the reactant moves forward to form the product. So the dissolution of salt in water is a physical change. Now, the reversible reaction is that when the solution, that's the salt solution now, is heated. When it is heated, then the water will evaporate and our salt will be left behind. Other examples of physical changes are changes in state of matter like melting, freezing, sublimation, and so on. 2. Demagnetization and demagnetization of iron rods. Magnetization and demagnetization of iron rod is a physical change. 3. The separation of mixtures by evaporation, distillation, and sublimation. They are physical changes. Chemical change now. A chemical change is one which is not easily reversible and in which a new substance is formed. Chemical change, we find it difficult to reverse it, but when those changes are taking place, a new substance will be produced. Examples of a chemical change is burning of firewood. When a firewood burns, it burns to give ash and water. So the water will go into vapor, and the ash, when combined with our water that already has gone, cannot form our wood again. So it is not easily reversible. So such process is called a chemical change. Another example is rusting of iron. By the time our iron rusts, then we will form iron rust. And our iron rust cannot be what? Cannot be packed together again to get our what? To get our iron. So rusting of iron is an example of chemical change. 3. The dissolution of metal in acid. When metal dissolve in acid, hydrogen will be what? Will be liberated, and a salt will be what? Will be produced. So dissolution of metal in acid is a chemical change. Fermentation and decay of substance too is a chemical change. Fermentation and decay of substance is also a chemical change. Then Roman figure 5, the addition of water to quicklime is a chemical change because we cannot get it back after the product is formed. So it's an example of a chemical change. Another example of chemical change is changes in electrochemical cells. That is, what are those changes that takes place in a car battery? So those changes that occur is a chemical change because after the composition of those electrochemical reactions, we can no longer get our reactant back. Now, we move to comparing the characteristics of physical and chemical changes. Physical change, it is easily reversible, but for chemical change, it is not easily reversible. Under physical change, no new substances are formed, but in chemical change, a new substance is formed. In physical change, there is no change involved in the mass substance, but in chemical change, there is a change in the mass of substance formed. Under physical change, it does not involve any great heat changes. Under chemical change, a considerable amount of heat change is involved. Summary of what we have done so far. We said that matter is anything that has mass and occupies a space. The mass of an object is the quantity of matter contained in it. Mass is built up of three particles, that is, atoms, molecules, and ions. Matter exists in three states: solid, liquid, and gas. Matter undergoes a change, that is, it undergoes physical change and chemical change. A physical change is one which is easily reversible and in which no new substances are formed. A chemical change is one which is not easily reversible and a new substance is formed. At the end of the whole exercise, then there is an objective question for you to follow, and that will guide you through all that we have done so far. Question 1. Which of the following statements is correct? Which of the following statement is correct? Go through, pick your options, and at the tail end of the whole lecture, answers are provided. So go through based on what you have just been taught and listen to, go through and pick the correct option. So for you to know whether you are right or wrong, at the tail end of the whole notes or exercise, the answers are provided. Question 2. Particles in solids have least energy, lesser energy, greatest distances. Question 3. Fixed volume is a characteristic of A. Liquids only, B. Solids only, C. Gases, D. Liquids and solid. Question 4. Particles are farthest apart in A. Solid, B. Liquid, C. Gases, D. None of the above. Number 5. The greatest energy is found in the particles of A. Solids, B. Liquid, C. Gas, D. Diffusing particle. Number 6. Which among the three states of matter has a definite shape and size? A. Solids, B. Liquid, C. Gases, D. Vapor. 7. Sublimations are the substances which do not exist. A. At room temperature, B. In the liquid state at ordinary temperature, C. In the gaseous form at room temperature, D. In gaseous form at ordinary pressure. Number 8. Which of the following statement is correct? A. The addition of water to quicklime is an example of a physical change. B. A chemical change is irreversible and a new substance is formed. C. A physical change can easily be reversed and a new substance is formed. D. Separating a mixture by distillation is an example of chemical change. Question 9. Which theory describes the arrangement and movement of particles in solids, liquid, and gases? A. Theory of relativity, B. Kinetic theory, C. Atomic theory, and D. Vapor theory. Question 10. Why can liquids not be compressed easily? A. The particles are in random arrangement. B. The particles are closely packed. C. The particles are free to move over one another. D. The particles are less dense. And here is one theory question. Go through the theory question and see how well you'll be able to do. And the question reads, classify each of the following changes as either physical or chemical change from A to F. Then solutions to the objective questions just read are provided from question number 1 to 10. On that note, end of today's lesson. Bye.